Hi guys, it's Paul again from my YouTube art tutorial channel. Hope you're well. Today we're going to attempt Jack Skellington from A Nightmare Before Christmas. So this is quite a straightforward one. And with this composition here, I'm just going to try and draw his head and maybe a little bit of his. He's got like a cloak on, a coat on, and it's got a fastening at the top, which is a bat's head, and bats looks like bat's wings. It's a Tim Burton animation, this one. So Nightmare Before Christmas. It's not very Eastery. It's Good Friday today. Hope you have a good bank holiday Easter weekend. Hope you're staying safe during the coronavirus outbreak. So I'm just going to bring in his head here. Okay, and then just his neck down here, that's all, just to fill this space here really. Just underneath Kevin the bird. We've had quite a lot of views on Kevin the last 24 hours, so that's great. So I'm just going to bring in his head this way so that I know exactly what space I'm working with. The outside edge is going to not go over Michelangelo there, the Teenage Mutant Turtle. And we're just roughly going to do his head shape, and Jack Skellington is obviously a skeleton, and Tim Burton's animation team did him with a almost circular head, a little bit flatter at the bottom end here. Okay. So we'll bring that around under his jawline here, a little bit flatter. And then his neck, I don't want his neck coming out of here. I think I'm going to bring it down. So he's got quite a long neck, and it's very thin. Okay, so we're going to go almost straight down here. It's going to go to here. Okay. And it's just going to go out slightly at the bottom. Okay. And then we're going to bring the bat's head in. Okay, just to show that it's not just disappearing off the page, his neck. So bringing the bat's ear, it's like this. Okay. And then it goes off the page here, so I can draw this in. That's great. Just show that it does go to it's got a couple of bat's eyes here, like this. A couple of white bits here. And then actually it goes up to a sharp point, so we'll do that. Okay. Go down like this, and then the next one's really sharp, like that. Okay. So that's what I want to try and achieve there. That's about right, I think. Okay, so straight away I'm going to go with my black marker pen, and I'm going to use a Stabilo 0.88 here. If you want to get hold of any of these, there's a big pack of 25, all sorts of different colours. I'm using the black, and I'm going to use quite a dark grey to go over where his mouth is, I think. So first thing I'm going to do is go around the outside edge of this. Okay. And it's not all perfectly circular. You want to show that it's kind of drawn. Okay, so you can actually put a few angles on here if you wanted to. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical. There we go. That's good. And then I'm just going to go back to my pencil in case I make a mistake here. I want to bring a big eye in, and it's a big black, obviously it's a skull. This is the kind of shape that I want to achieve here. He's got lots of expression in his. It's amazing what Tim Burton's able to do with the animation here. He's got real expression. Sometimes he has really angry looking holes for his eyes in Nightmare Before Christmas. And there's a massive amount of artwork out there about these characters. He's got a dog called Zero. I'm thinking about maybe putting him. He obviously flies. It's a ghost dog, so I might put Zero up here in another tutorial. So what you want to now achieve is wavy lines. So for his mouth, so we'll do this kind of thing, but you want to try and wave it up and then back down again, and then it goes there. Okay. And that's about it, really. That's Jack Skellington. It looks a bit like something from Rainbow from the 1980s. Zippy at the moment. So we'll go around his eye. We won't worry too much about making a mistake on the inside of the eye. There we are. Bring it a little bit wider here, I think. That's it. And then he's got two nostril, well, his nose would have been, had he have been alive. And they go like this. Like that, okay. And then we've simply got the lines to do. So I'm going to now do the the grey lines. So I'm going to go over this in grey now. It almost looks black here, but it is definitely grey. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do is, I've got a lighter grey. I'm going to just do the lines downwards off his mouth. He's basically stitched up. If you know anything about this film, his girlfriend gets stitched up by a horrible professor in a tower. She manages to escape, and Jack falls in love with her, but she's stitched up, a bit like Jack's mouth is here. Okay. So what you want to do is change the angles of some of these to make it look like stitches. You don't want to put them too close together either in the middle. Okay, so nice and spaced out, and then they're getting much tighter as you're going up here. Okay, now that's all we need to do for that. Now the rest of it is colouring in, shading in. So let me just show you what I mean by that, really. So we're going to use a black pencil crayon for his eyes, and then we're going to use two greys as well. A trusty silvery grey and a slightly darker grey. So I'm going to go with doing the eyes first. Okay, so you just see if you can do this all in the same direction. Be careful not to go over the edges. You want to keep most of his head white. Okay. And if you haven't got grey pencil crayons, you can just use a pencil if you wanted to. If you go for something like a 3 or a 4B and shade in where I shade in, that'd be really, well, it'd have the same effect really. Pencil crayons just give it a little bit sharper, like cartoon-like. If you wanted to draw, you could use charcoals if you wanted to. That'd be quite good, charcoals I think. Okay, so we're going to go for darker grey first. So I'm going to go underneath his, in his neck here. Okay, so I'm going to go darker grey here on this edge underneath. Okay, and we're going to go a little bit darker grey down the side here. A little bit down the side. So that's what you're trying to achieve there. And then the silvery lighter grey, you're going to bring through the rest of his neck and just leave a little bit of white actually as well. Okay, so we're not pushing down too much. As you're going down, you want to make it lighter and lighter. Okay. So you leave a space of white here. Okay. And then under his eyes, while you've got this silvery lighter grey, you're going to put some bags under his eyes to make him look old. Okay. Just to give it that sunken definition of the eyes there. Of the holes in his skull where his eyes should be. And you can go to town with all sorts of different expressions on his face, different size eyes, different shape eyes. You get a kind of an angry look about him. So we're going to go around the outside of this now, just to block in a little bit of shade around the outside of his head. Okay, and it's going to be shaded through this area as well. Alright, and under his, well, kind of where his chin would be. Okay. That's what we're going to do. There we are. What we're going to try and do is bring this nice and dark under here, if you can. Okay, and then across the top of here, again, a little bit of grey through here, top of his head. Okay, try and get that curve going so he looks more like a circular head. There we are. And then finally, we've got the bat's head. So the bat's head isn't black, totally black, so we're going to go dark grey in the middle for the bat's head. Okay, and this is where you're going to struggle here because you're going right off the bottom of the page to keep it neat. Okay, we're going to go around the neck with a black fine liner in a minute. So avoid those white eyes if you can. Okay, and then we're going to bring the black in a minute. So we start with the grey. You can always go darker, you can't go lighter with pencil crayons very easily. Okay, and then we've got a much darker bat's, where his collar is on his cloak. Much darker through most of this, so we don't need to worry about doing that. I think what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to do that in a fine liner because I can get a much more definition. So we'll just take it round the eye and the head. Get the ear in, and then this will go this way. Okay, and we've got this kind of shape. I'll try and get the black to go where the curtain, Mickey's curtain, is there. So the black goes behind the curtain. So we go up, around here. Okay, and then try and get that real fine line at the edge going in there. Okay, I'm going to go back to my pencil crayon now actually, just to bring a little bit of darkness onto the bat's face. Okay, again it's going off the page so it's quite difficult to do. A bit more black across the top here. And then we're going to run a few lines of black down. It's not a real bat, it's just a part of the outfit he's wearing. Okay, I'm going to go round this now with a little bit more black. We're going to avoid that white eye if we can. Just to make that eye stand out, we're going to go round the eye there. Quite difficult at the bottom of a sketch pad like this. If you prefer, you could rip the page out if you wanted to. I like keeping things in a sketchbook though. I've got all my drawings in the same place. Okay, so that's the bat's head. Okay, we'll just make this darker. You don't want it all actually uniform. You want it lighter than this part of the cloak here. It'd have the same coming off this side, but it's behind the curtain. Okay, we can darken most of this up now. You don't want it too black. You still need to be able to see underneath. Underneath the grey, okay, but we do want to darken this section up so his head stands out, the bat's head stands out. There we go, I like that, I think that'll do me. Okay, so that's pretty much what we're going to do on the bat there. I'm going to go a little bit of black in this area here, just under, just to make his neck look even darker. Okay, just run one or two lines of black around here, and just one down there, maybe two. Okay, there we go. So apart from just the black line on the outside edge of this, so we're going to go black line down and a black line down. There we are. And that is a really easy Jack skeleton. So that's forming part of our artwork behind Mickey's curtain here, Mickey Mouse's hand pulling back the curtain. So far we've done video tutorials on Baymax, and then I went to, in order, Baymax, Bart Simpson, Michelangelo from Christopher and Minga's artwork from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then yesterday we did Kevin the bird from the Pixar film Up, and then finally we've got Jack Skellington. Okay, and I'll see you tomorrow.